guys, so today I'm here with another book talk. It's been a little while, been kind of busy, but yes, I'm back and hoping to continue doing these every month. Awesome. Now today I'm going to be talking to you about my bookish pet peeves. So this has got to do with reading, stories, and also like publishing of books. So I don't usually lend my books to people because I am really paranoid that they're going to come back battered and kind of dead. Now, I have good reason for this because the people that I would lend it to, I have seen what they do to their books. Books that I've borrowed from them or ones I've just seen lying around, they're close to falling apart. And to be honest, I just can't handle the thought of getting them back in that sort of condition. Now, this derives from two particular pet peeves. First is dog earing. Now, I know my best friend dog ears books all the time, and I really don't like it. No. And secondly is breaking of the spines. My friend was reading a book a short while ago, and she pretty much just bent it in half. You know how people like flip back the pages so it kind of curls around, and the spine was all broken and everything. And I would have thought, oh, poor book, but it was 50 Shades of Grey. So I was like, I'm kind of anal about having pretty looking books on my shelf, which is why I usually buy books that I know I'm going to love in hardcover, because that way you don't have the problem with the bending of the spine, really. So when I was reading A Game of Thrones, now this is a tiny book with a lot of pages, so I was reading it like this the entire time and kind of having to guess what half the words really close to the spine were. But I did a good job because the spine is completely crack free. My copy of The Host, on the other hand, not so much. I didn't take very good care of this one. I've read it twice. I love this book, but it's all cracked. I just like having really neat and tidy books. Another thing that really bugs me is when I'm busy reading a book, I'm enjoying myself, and someone comes and stands right here, looks at me for a few seconds and starts talking at me about nothing in particular. Like, seriously, I am enjoying my book right now. I'd like to continue enjoying my book, but no, I have to listen to you talking to me about something that's not important. Like, I understand if it's like, oh, dinner's ready, like, obviously that's fine. Just when it's about nothing, like, can't it be saved until we're eating at the dinner table or when I've stopped reading? Really? This is the same with TV shows as well. I hate when people are talking at me when I'm watching a TV show and I can't hear what they're saying on the TV, so I either have to pause it or I have to turn the sound up, and then they start talking even louder. So I can't really win. Okay. I hate it. I really hate it when people spoil books for me. Just no. Don't do it. I try to go into reading books knowing as little as possible about it. Sometimes I'll watch a couple of reviews if I'm unsure about whether I'll like it or not, or if I've heard mixed things about it. But usually I try to avoid watching reviews until after I read the book. And then with sequels, I don't even bother looking at the synopsis. If I like the first book, I just read the second book. As soon as it comes out, pick it up, get straight into it. I just find it's better that way. I don't know. And I will also not be a hypocrite and spoil other people. Okay, so when I went to see the Hunger Games movie for the second time with a bunch of people who hadn't read any of the books, one of them asked me, so what happens in the next movie? And I'm just like, I'm not gonna tell you, I'm sorry. I don't like being spoiled, I don't like spoiling people, so if you want to know, ask someone else. I don't want to be a hypocrite and spoil someone else when I hate being spoiled. Even if they want it, I can't do it. So now on to a couple of things about the publication of books. One thing that really frustrates me when I start a series is all of a sudden they publish the later books in a different size or in a different form, and I can't get paperback if I started out with paperback. The Fallen series, for example. The first two books are the same height. Then the third book is somewhat taller than the other two books. The fourth book, thankfully, is this height as well, so at least it's kind of matching in some weird way, but, like, why? Why do you do that to me? I don't understand why publishers have to do that. I don't mind buying a book that's fatter, okay? If I'm already into a series, the number of pages in the third or fourth book isn't really going to bother me that much. And furthermore, when the covers of books are obviously copycats of another book that was extremely popular. For example, the Twilight series, you know how it's black background and like the hands and the apple or a flower. I've seen a lot of other books that have black background or a solid colour background and just a single item in the middle, often a flower. Like, come on. We like originality here. Like, I really like unique covers, and I really like the artsy kind of covers as well, not just ones with a pretty girl in a pretty dress. When it comes to actually reading a book, I don't have too many pet peeves about stories, except for Insta romance. If there's Insta romance, I will be sighing in frustration and face palming or rolling my eyes. It just really bugs me. Romance and love is a universal thing. It happens everywhere. And I like to have a realistic romance happening because it's something I can kind of relate to within the story, and it makes a really unrealistic situation or world in a book more believable. Well, it can help to that. It's not just the romance that makes a world believable. Insta love, having an unrealistic romance, just really doesn't make the story very believable. It just really frustrates me. Because people don't throw around the word love and stuff before you've even talked to a person. Okay, there's lust, I understand that. But I don't want to hear about how you want to be with them forever and ever, and ever and ever and ever. They're such a wonderful person and you haven't had a real conversation with them. I'd understand if you're like, oh my god, you're so hot, do me right now, but not throwing around meaningful words and stuff like that when you don't even know the person, okay? Just no. No, no, no. So those are some of my pet peeves. I'm sure there are plenty others. Get really annoyed about some things in books. So what are your pet peeves? What are some things that really, really frustrate you? Let me know if you agree or disagree with any of my pet peeves. And if you have any suggestions for future book talks, let me know as well. I'd be happy to oblige. So yes, I will see you guys later. Bye!